The prisoner suddenly discovered that the prison bed was made of springs. This revelation instantly triggered thoughts of escape. He promptly dismantled all the springs and connected them into four elastic ropes. Each spring rope was securely fastened to an iron rod near the cell door, while the other end was tied to a corner of the iron bed. The plan was simple. As soon as the guard opened the door, the ambush would be triggered. However, the prisoner's body couldn't wait that long. He refused to divulge state secrets, even though he had been injected with poison by the enemy. His life now hung by a thread. With only 5 hours remaining, he urgently needed to escape and obtain the antidote. The wash basin and the power outlet were barely a meter apart. To quickly raise the alarm, the man immediately unfastened his belt, connecting one end to the water tap, but the other end couldn't reach the power outlet. To shorten the distance, he unscrewed the drain pipe, slipped the belt around it, and used the belt buckle to loosen the power socket screw. The other end of the belt was secured into the power outlet. As soon as he turned on the tap, water flowed from the belt into the power socket. The accumulating water eventually caused the electrical box downstairs to explode, alarming the unsuspecting guards. They rushed upstairs to investigate, but the man had already pulled the slingshot taut, ready for action. As soon as the lock clicked, he released the tension and escaped successfully. The enemy followed closely behind, but the man suddenly felt disoriented. The poison's side effect had caused amnesia. He forgot he was a top-secret agent, and that he had only a few hours left to live. In a critical moment, a girl appeared, kind-hearted. She wanted to call the police. However, a fragment of memory flashed in the man's mind. He had been sent to prison by the police before. Summoning his last strength, he stopped the girl just in time, narrowly avoiding disaster. They returned to her home, but as a man's life hung in the balance, someone sneaked into the room, intent on smothering him with a pillow. At this crucial juncture, he woke from a nightmare, suddenly remembering everything. But unfortunately, he had less than 90 minutes left to live. The killers were closing in. The man and the girl quickly moved an old TV, connecting its wires to a car battery's positive and negative terminals. They positioned 2 electrical clips, ensuring they would collide when the door opened. To lure the enemy into the trap, they turned on a radio near the door. When the killers arrived, they were convinced the man was inside. But the next second, ... Although this could only delay them momentarily, the man swiftly produced a fire hose and threw it out the window. When the killers saw the abandoned hose, they cautiously checked the bathroom, concluding that the two had escaped through the window. Little did they know that the man and the girl had crawled out from under a broken bed. With only an hour left before the poison took effect, the man had to return to the prison for the antidote. But he knew guards would be waiting outside. So, he hid under a car, secretly deflating the tires. When the guards investigated the strange noise, the man knocked them out with a swift kick. Although he successfully infiltrated the thieves' hideout, he had only 22 minutes left. Calmly assessing the available resources, some rope, his smoke alarm, and a few wooden boards, he immediately rigged the rope to the alarm and tightly bound 2 large buckets of water. He hung the rope from the ceiling beam, pulling it taut. Then he ignited the rope beneath the alarm. As the alarm blared, the enemy rushed in. The man raised his hands, pretending to surrender. But as the guards began to search him, he stepped on the rope switch. The water buckets swung down, knocking out the guards. However, the leader arrived, and the poisoned man was no match.
Do you want to get an antidote? Go pick it up in the water. Ha ha.
In a desperate move, he grabbed an iron rod, smashing the fire hydrant. The resulting iron flow effectively turned the rod into a magnet. He reached into the sewer, but the short time underwater always led to failure. After multiple attempts, he finally managed to suck the antidote up through the sewer. After taking it, he realized he had only 2 minutes left before the poison took effect. Knowledge truly could save a life.